Hey, what is up guys, this is Jamie from Model Kit Central, and today I'm going to be doing another Gundam model unboxing video. And as you can see, I have the 1/100 scale Master Grade Destiny Gundam from the Gundam Seed Destiny series. Now as you can tell, this is not the regular Destiny Gundam. I'll have a picture of the original one down here. This is the Expo edition Heine Westenfluss custom, which was released as a part of a promotional item for one of TM Revolution's soundtracks. Now, which soundtrack that was, I actually don't know. If any of you guys know, do leave it down in the comments below, just so that I can add it to the video description. So, to start the unboxing, let's just take a look around the box, because this is significantly different from the original. So, as you can tell, the image is no longer portrait, it is landscape. And as you can tell, the Destiny now is coming towards you. It's coloured in orange, it's got its wings of light splayed out, and it looks awesome. Bandai did a really great job with this box art. It is a beautiful box art, I will say that much. So yeah, so of course, lifting the camera up just a little bit, you can see that we have the Expo logo right here. Then if I turn the camera just a little, you can see the Master Grade logo, Gundam Seed, and the seal of authenticity to certify that this model kit is a part of the Gundam Seed Destiny model kit line. And then of course, if I lower the camera, you can see that we've got the name of the mobile suit, we've got the custom Heine Westenfluss, a ZGMF-X42S Revolution, which I believe is actually the name of the album released by TM Revolution, and then we got some Japanese kanji down here. And then of course, if I bring the box up towards you, you can pretty much see the date in which this kit was made, which is Bandai 2010, and of course it was made in it was basically made in Japan, clearly. And then of course the Bandai logo, so it is authentic. So looking at the side of the box, you can see that we have some information which is regarding the Destiny. Then we've got a frontal shot, a rear shot, same illustration as the front cover of the box. And then we've got some information in regards to Heine. So yeah, and then of course we got the Expo logo here again, and then the Seed Destiny logo. And as you can tell, the screen is probably fairly blurry. My camera is not wanting to focus at all, which is a bit strange because normally it does. Ah, there we go. It's somewhat fixed itself. I think it's the glare that's really making it blur up. And then looking on this side, pretty much the same as what we saw on the front of the box, really. There's not really much to say about that. And then on this side we have a warning choking hazard logo here covering the Destiny. And then of course we have the weapon lineup. So we've got the anti-ship beam sword, the linear cannon, the shield, the beam rifle, and the two boomerangs, which have two sets of beams actually. You've got the short boomerang beams, and then you've got the long sword beams. And then on this image here, we can see that the Destiny can splay its legs out pretty far, because there's a hip joint gimmick that allows you to splay the legs out further for more dynamic posing. And then here you can see that we have pretty much just a straight out of the box build of the Destiny. So this is pretty much what you'll be getting if you don't intend on painting it, so it looks fairly nice. And then of course we got the runners, the weapon lineup down here, some manipulators, stickers, decals and markings, and then parts for the display stand. And of course we do get this display stand with this kit. And then of course on this side we just have some copyright choking hazards, and then the illustrator of the box, and then of course we have the barcode, which does not have a standard price. So yeah, and that is pretty much it for the box. So let's take a look at the contents of this kit. So moving the box to the side, or the lid rather, we are presented with a pamphlet, which is pretty much just telling us about the Heine Westenfluss custom of the Destiny Gundam. And as you can see, we have the painting guide as well, so it gives you basically the outline of what colours you'll be needing to paint this kit. And then of course we got the order form here, I believe, which you can pretty much just send in and get replacement parts, I think. I'm not too sure. But of course it's only for use in Japan, so if you're out of the country, you're pretty much out of luck, unfortunately. So yeah, that is an unfortunate thing, but it happens. Then we have the standard Destiny Gundam manual. They made no attempt to make any changes to this manual because essentially this is the exact same kit. So let's just take a quick look through. We have some mobile suit bio there, the name of each of the Destiny Gundam's parts, I guess, would be what this is, and then pretty much you've just got kind of like a how to assemble type of thing, the do's and don'ts, and then the different pages where each part is assembled. So pretty much just scrolling through real quick, if I can. You obviously have the runner checklist, so just to check that you have everything there for the kit, and then of course you have the order form for the regular Destiny Gundam, so if you're missing any of the parts, you can again just fill it in, send it into Bandai, and they'll sort you out some spare parts. But of course, again, it is for use in Japan only, so you cannot use this if you are outside the country, so that's unfortunately the downside to it. And then of course, we pretty much just have some bio of the head and the body unit, with some nice illustrations there, and of course we then just pretty much have the manual, the instructions on how to put it together pretty much, and then we got the assembly of the head, assembly of the arms, and then we got some bio of the legs, and then we've got the assembly of the legs, and then we've got the color splash page which has some scenes from the anime. So pretty standard stuff, and then of course we got some tips on how to make the Destiny look better, with some detailings and such. And then we've got the paint guide, so what colours you'd need to paint it into the regular Destiny Gundam colours. I don't know why you would with this kit, just because, you know, it's a special edition. Why would you want to paint it back into the regular colours? And then just some gimmicks and poses that it can pull off pretty much. And then pretty much we move on to the waist unit assembly. Then we've got the final assembly, the wing unit bio there, so it tells us a bit about it. And then of course the assembly for it too. Then attaching it to the main unit, and then we've got some weapons and the bio for it too. And then the assembly, and then more instructions on how to put it together. And attaching them to the back of the Destiny, and then the display stand instructions too. And then on the back we pretty much just have a nice frontal shot of the Destiny Gundam in its standard colours. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the manual. And then pretty much for the runners, it's pretty simple. You pretty much have this first bag with 2 runners that have the polycaps, and the major difference between this and the original is this runner here, which has the majority of the orange parts. As you can tell, the only difference with this is that normally this runner would be blue, but of course because this is the Heine Westenfluss custom, this is now orange. So yeah. And everything else is basically the same. This bag here pretty much has 1 runner and the actual clear blue shield, which is pretty much the same as the original. The grey runner pretty much has every bit of the joints on it, so it's like for the arm joints, parts of the shoulders, and then feet parts, the ankle parts, and the knee joints. Yeah, pretty much all of that stuff there, as you can see. And then of course moving on, we have this bag here which has the parts for the wings, the shield, the side skirts, and then parts of the weapon binders. And then on this runner here we pretty much have the parts for the wings. So yeah. Then for this bag we have 2 runners, one of which is the runner for the anti-ship beam sword, and the other is for the linear cannon that this kit has. And then of course we have this runner here, which is the A runner, and the major difference between this and the original is that the beams are pink on the original, this one is yellow, and these don't have the glittery effect that the original one has, unfortunately. So yeah, they're not going to be as nice, but the yellow really does look nice though. You can't really say much about that. And then of course we got some marking decals, then we've got the dry transfers, and then we've got the foil stickers as well. And then we've got the red parts, the clear part for the eyes, and yeah. And then of course we have this bag with the 2 runners, mostly of the off-white parts, and then we've got the wing sections here. Then we've got This bag, which has the one grey runner for most of the internal frame joints. Then on this, we have a bag with, again, another grey runner that has parts for the weapons as well as the waist and the collar parts. And then we got some screws for the display stand. Then we've got this bag here, which is consistent of 2 runners, which has most of the white armor plates. And then on the back, we pretty much have the inner frame parts, as you can see there. Sorry if my camera is going off focus, it's just because a lot of the glare is kind of knocking it out of focus. And then the last runner we have here is pretty much the display base, which this part seems to have popped off. But yeah, and that is pretty much it. And as you can tell, the difference between this and the original is that this is normally a dark grey for the original, but on this it's a clear orange, which was very, very nice. So yeah, and that is about it, guys. There's not really much more for me to say. Do I recommend you pick this kit up? Well, I can't really say for certain, because depending on whether you find it cheap or whether, you know, you're a real die-hard Gundam Seed Destiny fan, is really down to whether you want to pick it up or not. For me, I'm a die-hard Gundam Seed Destiny fan. I love the series to bits. Even though it had its flaws, I still loved it. That's the reason why I have this. Other than that, if you guys can find it cheap, pick it up, because it's pretty rare. Otherwise, if you don't want to pick it up and you find it at an expensive price, don't bother, because there's no real reason to be paying extra on top for a recolor version of essentially the same kit that you can pick up for half the price that you may have found it for. So anyways, that is about it, guys. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and be sure to subscribe for more content in the future. So that's pretty much it, guys. So this is Jamie from Model Kit Central, signing out.